After decades of work, the latest section of the Heartland Expressway is completed, with the governor and other dignitaries on hand in Morrill County to celebrate the milestone. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Governor Pete Ricketts joined state transportation officials and local dignitaries Monday to celebrate the completion of the US 385 expansion to 4 lanes from Angora Hill to the Box Butte County line. During remarks at a carrier enforcement pullout north of Angora, Ricketts said completion of each segment of the Heartland Expressway will make it more attractive as an alternative to I-25, and with that, additional development along the corridor.
With NAFTA getting re-signed as the U.S. Mexico-Canada trade agreement, we should see continued development of the three countries' trade relationships that will help bring more traffic through the Nebraska Panhandle. It will also help not only developing economic development for our cities here in the Panhandle, as well as trade, but also for safety and convenience and making the whole process of transportation through the Panhandle easier.
Nebraska Department of Transportation Director John Selmer said the efforts of the engineer, contractor, and District 5 NDOT helped bring the project completion 6 months ahead of schedule.
It shouldn't have been open until next spring. And that's a tremendous accomplishment given that we're coming out of the pandemic, supply chain issues, labor force issues. So our hats off to them. And then finally, I'd like to just thank our District 5 team in terms of their effort, and Doug Hovick in working and coordinating and facilitating such that we do have this successful project that we can all feel proud about.
Meanwhile, Alliance Mayor Mike Daphne said completion of each segment of the expressway is paying dividends.
5 businesses have located on the Heartland with its development. Maverick came in, Runza, Holiday Inn Express, PepsiCo of Lincoln, Baumgart's relocated, and we're waiting on a extended stay hotel to go up there. So what that outline did was give us a blueprint of what we hoped was going to take place. It did. It can only get better.
The Heartlands Expressway's sole goal is to connect Denver to Rapid City to improve travel and regional economies. Well, 2 people suffered serious injuries in a collision between a pickup and a swather in Scottsbluff County Monday night. The Nebraska State Patrol was notified of the crash around 7:20 p.m., responding with Scottsbluff County Sheriff's deputies to the scene about 3 miles east of Melbeta. Preliminary emergency communications pointed to a pickup rear-ending the swather. That caused the driver of the farm equipment, 55-year-old Wyatt Kramer, to be ejected from the cab onto the highway. Kramer was treated and released from Regional West. More details to be provided when available. We'll have more news right after this.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
Welcome back. The Grow Nebraska Committee, co-chaired by Congressman Mike Flood and State Senators Elliot Bostar and Lou Ann Linehan, launched a statewide tour yesterday in Scottsbluff promoting Amendment 1 and advocating for its passage on the November ballot. Amendment 1 is a constitutional amendment that, if approved by the majority of Nebraska voters, would amend the state constitution to allow political subdivisions that own or operate an airport to spend money to develop new or expanded regulatory scheduled commercial passenger flights. Platte Valley Bank's Zach Karpf is on hand, saying passing Amendment 1 would help to level the playing field for local airports, including our own.
It's existing revenue, it's not a new tax, and we have so much competition here from our bordering states in Wyoming and Colorado that in Scottsbluff, not having a tool like this really puts our airport in place in our activity. So this just helps to level the playing field with those other states.
After leaving Scottsbluff, the tour continued to North Platte, Grand Island, Kearney, Norfolk, Omaha, and Lincoln. Well, more details regarding a Monday morning crash in Scottsbluff. Emergency responders were called to the scene of a reported injury accident with a vehicle into a canal on the east side of Scottsbluff yesterday morning. Scottsbluff police say a westbound GMC Terrain driven by a 41-year-old Scottsbluff woman left the roadway and traveled approximately 100 yards before crashing into a drainage ditch. The woman was the only occupant of the vehicle. She was wearing a seatbelt and was taken to Regional West with minor injuries. Investigators say a medical episode is believed to be a contributing factor to the crash. The Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office, Scottsbluff Fire Department, Scottsbluff Rural Fire Department, and Valley Ambulance all assisted. And the Nebraska State Patrol has been able to positively identify the deceased woman found inside the trunk of a car involved in a pursuit Friday afternoon in eastern Nebraska. The woman has been identified as 49-year-old Michelle Rones. She had been the subject of a law enforcement alert issued in Harris County, Texas on Thursday. Her body was located in the trunk of a vehicle that had fled from an attempted traffic stop on I-80 near Grand Island. The driver, her 17-year-old son, was apprehended and is believed to be responsible for his mother's death. Well, still to come, Shabella Guzman and a check-in on Ag News. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, a very quiet night coming for us again. Light winds, in fact, down to calm winds for most of the time. Unfortunately, the period of calm winds going away. We're going to return to windy conditions starting tomorrow. And going to be right really through most of the next several days. I think Thursday and Friday not going to be as windy, but as we get Saturday through the weekend and into next week, we're going to turn breezy to windy again. It'll be very mild through Saturday. We could flirt with some record highs even before things turn sharply colder by Sunday and maybe bring us a chance of some showers. 64 yesterday after a morning low of 27. Nothing again in the rain gauge yesterday. It has been devoid of any precip for the last several days. In fact, we had another day right at normal yesterday with highs. Most of the month has been above normal, but we've now gone another day with no precip out there in the rain gauge. But we have a chance coming. Again, we're going to have to wait a few days, but it looks like maybe by the time we get into this Sunday and into Sunday night, Monday time frame, some slight chances of some precip coming with that. But unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with winds. Look at tomorrow, and then again Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Breezy to windy conditions are going to be around. So unfortunately, we're not going to get rid of the wind here anytime soon. Tomorrow, our school forecast will give you a B+, a little chilly in the morning. Heading home, we could probably give it a good A, but unfortunately we've got some winds to deal with, so we'll knock that down into the B- territory. Seems like we've been talking about this several days in a row, but the cold air is really entrenched across a large portion of the upper Midwest off to the east of us. You could see right on the edge of that here in the Cornhusker State, we've got 50s and 60s in the western half of the state in our area. 30s and 40s in the eastern half of Nebraska. Right on that dividing line, you could see 50s here off to the west of us, or east of us rather, here locally, and we have 60s, even flirting with 70 in some areas here in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Winds are out of the southwest, under 10 miles an hour. It's been a very calm day of weather, and that's certainly been nice that we haven't had a lot to deal with there in the wind department. That'll change tomorrow, though. We'll start tonight with clear skies. We'll be sunny tomorrow, too. We really don't have anything coming on Futurecast other than winds. You'll see just a few high-level clouds. By tomorrow morning, we clear those out, and through the day tomorrow, it's going to be sunny but windy here across the region, as the winds are going to persist through the day tomorrow, especially by afternoon. And then we'll start Thursday with another nice day in store for us. Temps are going to warm up even more on Thursday. They're going to head warmer tomorrow, but be even warmer on Thursday. 20s and 30s here in our areas tonight. How about 70s for most of us tomorrow? And certainly nothing coming out there in the precip department. As we look at tonight, we'll call it clear, right at the freezing mark, 32 for a low, light winds. Tomorrow, it's going to become windy later in the day, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, sunny skies, and 76. Will be sunny. Look at Thursday, 81. We'll be back there again on Saturday, I think, near 81. Probably a little breezy on Saturday as well. Turning breezier, I think, as we get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, though, of next week. And we'll bring in some afternoon rain showers possible on Sunday. Monday, just breezy and then windy. Look at those temps, though, cooling back off into the 50s.
It's hunting season. Scan that QR code on the screen. Renewal by Anderson's awesome It's Hunting Season sale is on. Save big bucks, lots of dough, no bull. The hunt for perfect windows and doors is over. Renewal by Anderson is offering 20% off every window and door, plus an additional $500 off the entire project if purchased during the initial consultation. Plus this, no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 whole months, but hurry, pull that trigger fast. This sale ends October 31st. Scan that QR code, visit rbawyoming.com, and happy hunting, everyone.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The wheat crop didn't fare well in western Nebraska this year, but did the spring wheat fare any better? Amanda Easterly, Nebraska Extension Research Assistant Professor at the Ag Lab, has some results for how the spring wheat did this year.
We do have our results from our spring wheat variety trials, and those were planted at 3 locations. At Cheyenne County, here where I'm located, out a little further west at Kimball County, and then down in Red Willow County area, so down by McCook. And given the drought and given that spring wheat flowers a little bit later than winter wheat, we anticipated lower yields, and sure enough, we had lower yields. Among the 3 locations, the only one that I'm reporting yield for is Cheyenne County.
Easterly says the weather played a big factor in the spring wheat results.
Yep, they started flowering and the heat turned on, and it was all over from there. Plus, we had drier conditions at planting, and then one of the other challenges we saw a lot in our research plots was because there was so little rain in the spring, when it did finally rain and everything started emerging, including the spring wheat, the weeds came along with it. And so there was really pretty intense weed competition in crops in general this year.
Easterly says the High Plains Ag Lab has also just completed planting its varieties of winter wheat and are waiting for more moisture.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, members of the citizens group Vote Yes for Scottsbluff Aquatics will be taking to Facebook in order to answer community questions about the proposed Scottsbluff Aquatic Center. On Wednesday at 6 p.m., the committee will host a live Q&A session on the Vote Yes for Scottsbluff Aquatics Facebook page. Community members can submit their questions in the comments during the live broadcast or in advance, and representatives from the City of Scottsbluff, the YMCA, and Scottsbluff Public Schools will be on hand to answer questions about the project. On November 8th, there will be a ballot initiative for an additional half-cent LB 357 sales tax to fund a new Scottsbluff Aquatic Center. If the initiative passes, the Aquatic Center would feature indoor pool facilities available year-round, such as a lap and competition pool, water slides, water play structures, zero-depth entry, therapy pool, and more. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.